Welcome everybody. Today I'm going to be doing my favorite cookbooks suggestions for everyone. I feel like cookbooks are a lost medium on BookTube. I feel like nobody talks about them. So I love to cook. All of these cookbooks I'm suggesting and my favorites, I've cooked recipes from them before. I've read them from cover to cover. They're on my special cookbook bookshelf, and there's a mix of cookbooks in here. There's just baking recipes. There's solely just savory recipes. There's cookbooks from famous chefs, and then there's also cookbooks for like learning. So for instance, I have a few cookbooks in here from when I went to culinary school that I used to go to school with. And I wanted to suggest them too because they're great tools and all that. So, without further ado, I'm going to get started. The first book I have in here is Nerdy Nummies by Rosanna Passanino. She is a famous booktuber. Not a booktuber. She's a famous YouTuber on YouTube. And her thing is she makes nerdy recipes like from video games and books and popular media. So this book was really fun. I've cooked plenty of recipes from this before, but this is mainly a baking cookbook, but I plan to get her next book soon. This book was really fun. My favorite thing that I made from this, I just gotta get to it really quick, is... Where's the video games? Hold on a sec. Let's see. My favorite recipe in here was the rupees for The Legend of Zelda. Yeah, let me show you. Hard candy rupees. That was my favorite because I'm a huge Legend of Zelda fan. So, yeah. So, Nerdy Nummies by Rosanna Passanino. So, that's that. And then we have Fieri Food. He is a host on Food Network and for Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives, and Guy's Grocery Games. But this is his own recipes from his personal repertoire. And I can't really pinpoint a favorite recipe in here. But, yeah. So, Guy Fieri Food. And it's got a lot of recipes in here, up to 150 or more. So, it's pretty hefty. My brother got it for me for my birthday, which I love. And if you're a really big fan of Guy Fieri, I suggest picking this one up. Okay. The next book I have in here is one of my cookbooks from when I was in college for it. And this is the International Cuisine Cookbook. It's by Wiley. And this has many recipes in it. It's got anything from German to Spanish recipes, Japanese, any cuisine you could think of, it's probably in here. This was a required book that we had to get for our classes, and we would do our homework from this book. So, one of my favorite recipes in here is, I don't even know. I really liked the chicken satay. That was one of my favorites. The only difference about this, actually, yeah, there's really not a really bad thing about it, but yeah. Also, it gives you culinary terms, and it gives you step-by-step instructions, and it was always a hefty book to carry around. It's very, very heavy. It's got 736 plus pages in it, so I still go to this cookbook for inspiration. I still use recipes from it to this day, and I love it. So, International Cuisine. And then we have another one of my cookbooks from when I was in college, when I was doing my culinary degree. We have the Garde Manger, Professional Garde Manger, printed by Wiley. And for those of you who don't know what Garde Manger means, I believe it's French for cold prep, or it's somebody that specializes in soups, salads, and other appetizers, like very small plates. So it's very, very handy. The recipes are amazing. Like, I made baba ganoush, which is a delicious eggplant dip. I believe it's Greek. I loved it. It has gazpacho in here. Like I said with the last cookbook, excuse me, I'm going to put this down. It's so heavy. The last cookbook that I showed you was a cookbook from when I went to school. So it's got step-by-step instructions. The recipes are very easy to follow. It even gives you culinary terms and helpful images, like a lot of illustrations, if you see that right there, and even variants of certain recipes and everything like that, even how to be safe while cooking. So this is a very handy book. It's great for if you want to learn how to cook, or it's even great, for anything really. So, Professional Garde Manger. And then we have Guy Fieri, An All-American Road Trip with Recipes. This is his, it's a cookbook that came out from, I believe, the early part of Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives, and has a lot of popular recipes in here from different regions. I believe the cookbook has expanded since then, but this is the first copy. So if you really saw like a recipe that you really wanted to make on the show that they were showing, you could probably find it in here, and it has the separate regions. It has the Northeast and the Mid-Atlantic. It's got the South. It's got the Midwest and the West and the Southwest. So, yeah. It's definitely very handy. I've made plenty of burgers from this one before. Crazy barbecue mac and cheese I've made. Beef taquitos. And I just love that picture. Look at that. That's funny. Classic guy. But, yeah. There's another book on the back that I have to get soon. And, yeah. So, I cooked a lot of recipes from this one, and it's just really fun. And I believe it has little blurbs about when he went to those restaurants and stuff. So, Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives. And then we have Young and Hungry by Dave Lieberman, and it is his recipes for cooking fresh and affordable food for everyone. I believe he works in the test kitchen of Food Network. I'm not sure. But I love oven roasted tomatoes, and I still use this recipe to this day to help make pasta sauce and such. And the recipe is very easy to follow. He even gives little helpful hints, and this is a good one. So, we got that. And then we have the Food and Wine Annual Cookbook. This is the recipe book from 2008. I have to update my collection, but This is one of my favorite ones. It's got all the seasons in there. It's got winter, fall, spring, summer. You name it, it's in here. Great preparations with great wine. And these recipes I still use. I think I use... which one do I still use? I use the Cajun shrimp and corn salad, which is this one right here. It's very good, very fresh, very bright for summer. So just, this one's good too. And I love how it's a hardcover. Very nice. So, yep. I love that one. And I recently hauled this book back in September, I think. And it is the unofficial Harry Potter cookbook. I am a huge Harry Potter fan, as you can see in my previous videos and such. I love that you could have, it has the recipe for butterbeer, it's got recipes for all of the main dishes from the Harry Potter universe. Cauldron cakes, you name it, it's in here. The only downside is it's the unofficial cookbook, and I really want to make this recipe again, which is for the apple tart for Thanksgiving, and that's it. So we got the Harry Potter cookbook, the unofficial Harry Potter cookbook, and it's the expanded edition, so they added more recipes to it, and yeah. And it even has Creature's French onion soup in here, which is amazing. So, yeah. We're going back to a cookbook from when I went to school for culinary. And that is... Oh, this is so heavy. The Professional Cookbook, or Professional Cooking, by Gissling. Holy hell, this is heavy. This has a lot of information in this. This book, I believe, holy smokes. Let me just show you the page count really quick. Alright. This book, when it's all said and done with the recipe index, has 1,088 pages. So I'm not going to be carrying this or holding this one up really high. We had to, well, I keep putting it up anyway. We had to bring this to our culinary class, and it has basically everything in here that you want to know if you want to learn how to cook. It teaches you how to debone a fish, depending on what size it is or what type of fish it is. It could be flat fish, it could be a full fish. It teaches you how to debone a chicken. It teaches you how to break apart a chicken. Even basic recipes such as the basic sauces, ways how to prep vegetables, you name it, it's in here. I'm not going to lift it very much anymore, but this is by Wayne Gissling. Very good cookbook. One of my favorites still to this day. I still use recipes from it still. But even, let me just show you for an example. See, I was just telling you about fish. When you prepare a fish, it shows you properly how to hold your knife and the different types of fish that you can see right here. Like flat fish or round fish, different types of fish. What type of preparations they'll be best with, but it's in here. It's my favorite. I just hate how heavy it is. So I'm going to put this back down. Okay. So, with good food, you need good drinks, right? So, I picked this up at a thrift store, and it is the Bartender's Pocket Guide. And it's very handy if you're having friends come over, if they want a certain style drink. You could do it. So, I've used a lot of these, like I said, I used a lot of these recipes in here before. One of my favorites is the Incredible Hulk, which is listed right up here. Incredible Hulk. It's fun. Gives you handy recipes. Different types of tools that you use. Different types of alcohol you'll use. It's very good. It's very fun. Very interactive. So, the pocket guide to the Bartender's Pocket guide. And it's got 800 plus recipes. It's awesome. So, that's fun. And then I have a lot of baking cookbooks because I love to bake as well as cook. When I was little tidbit, when I was in school, we had to do some baking classes with cooking classes. So I picked this up at an event at school, and it is the Great Cookie Book, and it's by Nordic Ware. It has cookbook. It has 50 recipes for all occasions, and these recipes are amazing. Very easy to follow. It has recipes for every time of the year. It has recipes for spring, fall, winter. It's fun. It's got the classic chocolate chip recipe in here, chocolate chip cookies. It's got fortune cookies, gingerbread cookies, which are amazing as well. What's one of my favorites in here that I've cooked? Let me just check really quick. I really like the white chocolate chunk and macadamia cookies, but very fun, great for all different times of the year. You gotta love cookies. And also a little side note, cookie means mini cake. So, yeah, cookies. We'll be back to more baked desserts. I have two cookbooks from the same series. These are a series of cookbooks, and these are for cupcakes. We have Hello Cupcake by Karen Tack and Alan Richardson, and then we have What's New Cupcake, which is the sequel to that. So, you can make plenty of fun, cute recipes with cupcakes. You can make a big birthday cake with cupcakes. You can do the little poodles with the leash, penguins, bowling pins. That's really fun. This one is my personal favorite recipe. We made these for my brother's birthday one year. My brother loves sharks, and it's the Shark Attack cupcakes. These are so fun and cute. You use a Twinkie for the shark, and it's hysterical. My brother loved these cupcakes. So, yeah. So we have Hello Cupcake, and then What's New Cupcake. You can make duckies. There's even one for a moose, which is pretty cool too. So, very fun, very, very good cupcake books. That if you're gonna do like a special event or something, it's got them in here. It's got baby shower, Christmas, anything you could think of, they're in here. I think there's more books in this series, but who knows? And yeah. And then we got Giada At Home. She's one chef that I like. Who it's iffy how I feel about her, but her recipes are good. I'm part Italian myself, and I had to pick up this cookbook. I couldn't pass it up. It was a very good price, and the illustrations are beautiful. And I've made the recipe in this book for the split pea pesto, which is phenomenal. For a while, I thought I had a food allergy to nuts, so classic pesto is made with pine nuts, and I thought I couldn't eat them, so I made her a split pea pesto recipe, and it was delicious. So that's just one of the recipes that I love from her cookbook there. And then we have another one by Giada At, and it is New Italian Favorites by her. I've made her chicken noodle soup recipe before, which is amazing, and I adapted some of the parts of her recipe into my own recipes, where I love to put lemon juice in my chicken soup. It just makes it pop and it's delicious. But I'm the type of person that takes some sort of like signature thing from somebody and I bring it into my own repertoire. I don't know how everybody feels about that, but her recipes are very fun and innovative and delicious. Italians know how to cook. I can say that, but yeah, another one of her books. And then this is the last one that I own of hers, and it is Everyday Italian. A lot of pasta recipes, a lot of vegetables, a lot of desserts in here. I have made so many of these recipes in here. I'm going to search one of my favorites for you right now. Caprese salad. In the summer, delicious. So, tested a lot of these recipes. Maybe I'll cook some recipes for everybody on here on BookTube. Because, like I said, it feels like the cookbook scene on BookTube is very overlooked. And I feel like somebody should incorporate the two of these together. My two favorite things in the world are books and cooking. And when you have a cookbook, I'm just extra happy. So, this is the last book that I own by her, Giada At, but yeah. And to go with the theme with Italian here, we have Simple Italian Snacks by Jason Denton and Catherine Kellner. So, this has a lot of things in here. You got paninis. A lot of these are panini recipes and such. And a lot of salads. A lot of really delicious recipes. And it even pairs wine with the recipes in the book. And it's fun, it's amazing, it's a great book. So, there we go. And then we have Buddy Felatastro. He is the star of a TLC show called Cake Boss, and this is his signature cake recipes. I've made a lot of recipes from his book before. It's got recipes in here, and it's also got his life story as well, which is very fun and innovative. And it's great. It's recipes from his family and everything. So that's that. And then the last favorite cookbook I have here on the bottom is Hershey's Best Loved Recipes. So, recipes from Hershey's cookbook. What can you use with Hershey's chocolate? I picked up this book when I went to Music in the Parks when I was in high school. The book at the time was $23. Totally worth it. I've cooked delicious brownies from this recipe book here. I've cooked cakes. There's even little handy Halloween recipes in here. Cupcakes. Even ice cream. Because I have an ice cream maker, I made ice cream in there. There's pies in here. There's mousse. There's everything you could think of. Parfaits. very versatile. I don't believe there's, yeah, there's no recipes for savory with the chocolate, but this has a special place in my heart because I picked this up while I was on a trip, and the recipes are great. I love Hershey's chocolate, and yeah, best brownies you could ever make are in this book, so. And I thank you so much for watching. I'm sorry if I droned on any bit at all. I just wanted to share some of my favorite cookbooks with you, since I've been trying to incorporate cookbooks into BookTube. Like I said, it feels like it's a lost format. Even Goodreads has a cookbooks section, so I feel like we should really bring those into light. And food is what brings people together, not just books, but food, right? So I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you want to subscribe to me down below and ring the bell for notifications when I post videos. Again, I am sorry if I've been away for a little while. I've been sick for the last few weeks, so I've been hacking up a lung, and you will want to listen to me coughing. So, thank you so much for watching. Have a good one. Bye!